Hello and welcome to another video in my channel. So in this video I'll be showing you exactly the difference between content that grows and content that sells. So pretty much if you want to grow on social media, you are going to need both. When I say grow, I mean grow on followers and grow on revenue, not only on followers. So basically content that grows, as you can see in this slide, is engineered for each, which means that content that grows is engineered for exposure. It's engineered to go viral, which means that you are not going to educate your potential customer in this type of content on content that grows. It's going to be something simple that catches their attention and that makes them follow you. It can be a quick tip, it can be an actionable step, it can be a list of websites, it can be a resource, whatever, but it has to be something they can it has to be a quick win, like a 30 seconds win. That's how you gain a follower basically. So content that grows is engineered for each. So your audience growth does not equal to revenue growth. We all know that, because you can have 100,000 followers but no one actually views you as an actual expert, so no one is going to buy from you. Your audience does not really matter, because someone can follow you just because of your tips, but when they look up at your profile, they can see that you're not worthy to give their money. They do not trust you their money, but they trust you their followers, obviously, because it's free. But when it comes to you getting money from them, they're not going to give you any money. Now, if you actually want people to give you their money, you need content that sells. Content that sells is engineered for conversation. So basically, content that sells is a piece of content that makes you believe that person, that makes you trust that person. For example, if you want to buy from someone on social media, first thing first, you need to trust that person. Me personally, I'm not going to buy from someone I do not trust. And secondly, I'm not going to buy something I don't need. And thirdly, I'm not going to buy something that does not solve my problem. And the question is, but who does solve my problem? An actual expert. So if your profile does not give a good first impression, like you're you are their problem solver, they will be less likely to buy from you. So your first impression matters a lot. I've made a full video about that. You can check it on I think it was on my previous YouTube video. Now, I don't know if there's like a pen here, whatever. So your feed needs both, but in ratios that match your goals and ticket size, because you might have a different offer. You might have a low ticket offer, a low price offer, for example, selling something cheap, or you might have a high ticket offer selling something expensive. So basically you need to customize everything based on your offer. So these are pretty general, like overview. This is high level. So let's go through the first table. Goal: to grow. Core metric: impressions, share, and followers. Basically that's how you measure the growth. KPI: primary emotion. So what type of emotion does content that grows causes to your viewer? Curiosity: it can be something that makes them curious, to watch your video. It can be entertainment, it can be a funny meme, for example, or it can be something relatable. We all have seen those quotes pages on Instagram who always go viral because people find them relatable. And what are they going to do? They are going to share that, they are going to comment, they are going to engage in some kind of way. So that's why they always go viral. Typical call to action when you're trying to gain followers, basically when you're trying to grow followers with content that grows. It can be follow for more, or save for later, or share with a friend who needs to see this, whatever. Now, if your goal is to sell, what are the metrics you need to measure? Clicks: how many people clicked on your offer, on your lead magnet, or how many people watched your YouTube video. For example, if it's a lead magnets, or if it's a VSL, how many people watched the VSL, how many people watch the VSL until the end. So you need to identify all this. Booked calls, how many people booked the call from this video, or how many purchases did you get for your digital product. So this is how you basically measure what you have to measure when it comes to sales. Now, primary emotion when it comes to sales. What emotion should you cause to the viewer? Trust. So basically you need to post that piece of content that builds trust if you want to sell. Primary emotion, desire. Your content needs to inspire. Your content needs to put desire to people to take a specific action. Fear of missing out, scarcity, relief. People feel like, oh, I understand it now. So basically you have to give these primary emotions when it comes to actually selling. Now, typical call to action. Book a call if it's in a lead magnet, or you can just say directly, but I wouldn't recommend that, to book a call directly from your reel, because someone might do it, but they are not that much fired up, you know what I mean? It's different when someone watches a 30 seconds or 1 minute reel versus when someone watches a 30-minute video like this one, for example. They will be more fired up and they will understand more, so you'll have more chances to convert them. So I would more redirect people with a call to action to my lead magnet. That's what I would do. 2 engines in practice. Content that grows. So content that grows is basically the top of your funnel, your social media funnel. So funnel, this is a simple funnel. So this is the top of your funnel that is designed to grow, to bring new followers, to reach more people. That's what it's designed for. For example, when it comes to top of the funnel, you don't have to niche down when it comes to top of the funnel. You just need to attract new followers. It doesn't really matter, because you can always nurture here. So this is basically the top of the funnel. So on the top of the funnel, the new followers are more likely to be called. They are called from your offer. They don't know about your offer, they just followed your content. So what you're going to do later with your content is warm them up. So basically that's where you start. So this is basically the top of the funnel. Format, punch hook reels and TikToks, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, it doesn't really matter. It can be swipeable, carousel. I usually post a lot of carousels. Story-driven threads, LinkedIn posts if you're using LinkedIn, controversial takes, relatable memes, relatable quotes, list of websites, whatever you think is valuable on your niche, but just valuable, so it can go viral. Now, white pops, 3 seconds curiosity plus trend audio. So basically you have to take care about the hook. You have to put like a punchy hook that grabs their attention, words that grab attention, visual hook, trending audio does help, or something that just gets their attention. Now, saves plus spike, organic reach. Emotion, insight, mini moral. So this is basically about attracting, as I said. Sparks comment and debate. If it's controversial, obviously it will spark comments, because controversial posts are designed to spark comment and debates. Relatable memes, low lift virality. I mean, memes can go viral, but they're not going to bring a lot of followers, to be honest. We've all seen those reels who go viral, but to be honest, they don't bring a lot of followers. They can bring like 100 followers, 200 followers, but nothing too much. So they are a good way, to get your face recognized, but not to bring new followers. Meme about Canva templates versus designer rate. I mean, these are just some general examples. It doesn't really matter. 3 hacks that save me 10 hours a week. So these are basically all content that grows. Now, use case. Warm up a cold audience that has never heard of you. 70% of your feed if you are still under. So basically, if you don't have a lot of followers, you should post more content that grows. If you have a lot of followers, you should post more content that sells. So this is how it goes, because you already have traffic, you already have people have an audience. So what you need to do to educate and sell to them. But if you don't have an audience, you need to focus on content that grows. Warm up is basically warm up a cold audience. I mean, we can call this a warm up phase, but I mean, people are more likely to get warmed up on a long form content or in content that sells. If you are warming them up to like trust you their money, like here, for example, here, this is the middle of the funnel. It's about nurturing, building trust and loyalty, paradigm shifts, overview, like high level overview, information driven, point of view of authority driven content. I mean, on conversation can be client results, urgency, solution driven. But let's go through here. Now, content that sells, mid and bottom of the funnel. So let's start with low ticket, low price product that's under $100. I mean, usually it's even under $50. High impact formats, 50 seconds demo reel, get swipe up carousel with checkout link. Conversion trigger, impulse and speed. I mean, every purchase is an impulsive purchase. It doesn't really matter how long has someone been thinking about buying something. The moment he purchases that product is an impulsive action, a mid-ticket product. It can be a workshop, it can be a course, it can be, I mean, PDF can be more and low ticket. It doesn't really matter. So what is a high impact format if you want to actually sell that mid-ticket offer? Live workshop teasers, for example, you do a workshop or you do a webinar, and in the end of that webinar or workshop, you promote your mid-ticket, because people need to trust you. You either do a webinar or workshop like here, or you do a long form video where you promote that mid-ticket product in the end of it. So, which means that no one is going to trust you this much money, from $100 to $1,000, if they haven't seen you at least some hours of your content. They haven't been interacting with you some hours of your content. In low ticket is different. They may actually buy, but when it comes to mid-ticket, they need to trust you. They need to believe you. So basically, they need to spend more time watching your content or watching your expertise. For example, in a workshop, webinar, or long form content. I mean, if you customize your offer with bonuses, before and after carousels are an excellent way to sell. Now, conversion trigger, fear of missing out, value stacking. So this is basically what triggers most people to buy a mid-ticket product. Now, high ticket, 1K to 10, it can even be a 10K product. It can be even a $20,000 product. So what is a high impact format when it comes to high ticket? Case study breakdown reels. Still, no one is going to buy from just reels. They need to watch your long form content at least, or they need to get on a sales call with you. Client interview clips. This works because they can see that you actually know what you're doing. Audit live stories. I mean, if you get on a call with me, for example, and we are reviewing your current situation, how we can improve and blah, 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 you will be more likely to buy from me because I'm actually adding value to your current situation, and you can see that I know what I'm doing. So when it comes to selling high ticket prices products, you need to build more trust. They either need to see you more or they need to speak to you. That's it. Conversation trigger, conversion trigger, conversation with conversion. Proof. You need social proof if you want to sell high ticket. This is for sure. And proximity to you. As I said, they need to have a connection, they need to trust you. Now, service retainers. I mean, this is more about agency. I don't know if you have an agency, but if you have an agency, these are high impact formats that build connection and will actually help you sell your service. Process explainer infographic. You can use this on social media, on your short form, on carousels, even on YouTube video. For example, if you explain things like this, it helps, to build trust with your client. You need to have systems, obviously. Everyone who's going to give you their money every month is going to look up for a return of investment. Not even the person who purchased a high ticket offer, for example, they're going to look for a for a return of investment. But when it comes to service retainer, no one is going to give you their money if you're not making them more money, or actually providing what they were looking for, or they're looking for every month. So what you need to do is make them realize that the return of their investment is worth in money, in time, whatever your promise is. Now, conversion trigger. Clarity on delivery and trust. SaaS and app. What is the high impact format for this? It can be feature drops, dropping the feature. It can be a free trial. It can be user success stories, as you can see here. So what makes people convert when it comes to using your service, your software as a service? It can be ease. If they can understand and they can use your service easily, they will be more likely to use and retain. If there's a product who is $4,000 and in the other side you have a product who is for $300, just the difference between prices will make you think that this is a very good offer, the 300 one, comparing to the other one. So comparison is a very good psychology trick to get people buy your service. Now, use case, move warm leads to action, DM, checkout, call, obviously. Now we are GSG, weekly mix, grow, sell, groom. So what is this? This is basically a content plan that helps you grow, groom, and sell to people. What is groom? Groom is more about building a connection and trust. It's basically about nurturing people who already follow you. It's about warming up the leads, Now, this is a simple content plan you can obviously use for your use case. Now, on Monday, you post content that grows. It can be a trend audio reel with quick hack. On Tuesday, groom, nurturing. Story of how I solved X problem, carousel. This is basically to build more trust and to build more credibility. Can you see this? This 3, grow, groom, sell. It's basically this one. Look here. It's cold, warm, hot. So basically from content that grows, we go on groom, nurturing, warming the leads, and then we go to sell, to the hot zone where we actually sell to those people. If you follow this format, you're going to do well, trust me. Now, controversial hot take. This is also about growing because it's designed to go viral. Groom, pulls in stories, collect objections, and sell. Groom, content that warms the audience, educates, deepens trust, primes for the next sell post. Now, this is a rapid checklist. Audit last 30 posts, tag each grow, sell, groom to spot gaps, create save-worthy assets, cheat sheets, mini templates. Something that I always recommend to have, like a bunch of templates, a bunch of cheat sheets you can give for free to build more trust, to build more credibility, and to obviously sell more. Now, film proof, screenshots, looms, testimonials. Testimonials are the fuel of everything. If you have proof of what you do, people are going to buy from you. And if you look someone trustworthy, because you can fake testimonials, but people can sense that. People can see that if you actually know what you're doing. Pair every sell post with micro 5. This is about frequent asked questions in comments to crush objection. You can always post some post about overcoming some objections. Track saves new followers, which piece of content it performed the best, so you can always double down on that, versus on content that sells, link clicks, DMs, sales, everything that matters. GSG Framework is awesome because you do them all on your weekly content plan. You grow, you groom, meaning you nurture people, you warm up the leads, and you actually sell. So make sure on your content to follow this format, and also like, subscribe for more, and yeah, catch you into the next video.